Please subscribe Manu Masuku. Please subscribe Manu Masuku. Please subscribe Manu Masuku.
Hi friends, this is my first Staad Pro tutorial. In this video, I will explain some introduction about Staad Pro. Staad Pro V8. Staad means structural analysis and design. Pro means professional or programming. V8i is the version name. So, what is structure? Structure. It is an assemble of building structural elements like beams, columns, slabs, footings, and staircase. So, we can classify a structure into 2D and 3D, 2D structure and 3D structure. 2D structure means beams, columns in only two directions, that is X and Y. 3D structure means beams, columns in three directions, X, Y and Z. See, this is the example of a 2D structure. Two columns, one beam. Two columns are in Y direction, one beam is in X direction. And this is the example of a 3D structure, and four columns in Y direction and two beams in X direction, two beams in Z direction. And further, the structure is classified into concrete structure or steel structure. Example for concrete structure is buildings, water tanks, bridges. Example for steel structure is towers and trusses. See, we will see one by one all the examples the next classes. Okay, what is meant by analysis? What we will get in analysis? We can know the behavior of the structure when we do analysis in Staad Pro. Like we will get deflections, shear forces and bending moments in the members of the structure. Then what is design? Getting the member sizes, reinforcement details, total volume of concrete, weight of steel, total weight of steel, all that output will get from Staad Pro. That is called design. And what is reinforcement? Reinforcement means number of bars, dia of bars, spacing between the bars. How many bars we have to use in beams and columns, what is the dia and what is the spacing. See, whatever the structure we want to design in Staad Pro, we have to follow one procedure. That is called design procedure. This procedure involves 9 steps: geometry, property, supports, loads. These are the 4 input data, 4 steps called input that will give to the Staad Pro. Geometry means length of beams and columns. What is the length of beams and columns? Property means width and depth of beams and columns, giving the size for the members, called property. Supports, fixed, pinned or pinned, or roller. Loads, dead load, live load, wind load, earthquake load. These are the different types of loads we apply on the structure. Then in the 5th step we will analyze, and 6th step is post processing. When we do these steps, that is the output we will get from Staad Pro. What output? Deflections, shear forces and bending moments. This is the output we will get from Staad Pro. So in the analysis or post processing, the output is deflection, shear force and bending moments only. After analysis, when you double click beam or column, we will get these results. Each member only. When you double click beam, on that beam, what are the deflection, what is the shear force and what is the bending moments. Without double click, we want all the information in one table, means we have to go to the post processing mode. When you click post processing tab, we will get all this information in the table. Then these are the 6 steps, and the 7th step will be design. That is the input we have to give to the Staad Pro. In the design step, we will mention what is the grade of concrete we are using for the building, what is the grade of steel, what is our requirement, what is the minimum dia of main bars and secondary bars, what is the maximum dia of main and secondary bars. All that input we have to give in this step. Then step number 8 is analysis, step number 9 is post processing. When we do that, step 8 and 9 is the output where we will get reinforcement details. In the first step I said called geometry. See, this is the beam we are seeing. The beam is having 3 dimensions: length, width and depth. The length measurement is called geometry. Width and depth measurement is called property. For a beam, we cannot draw 3 dimensions at a time. Means length, width and depth cannot be given at a time in Staad Pro. First we will give the length, that is called geometry. After drawing all the lengths of beams and columns, we will go to the second step called property, but that is width and depth. Then by completing first and second step geometry and property, all 3 dimensions will be given. Okay. The first step in design procedure is geometry. This geometry is done in different methods. We can use different methods to do geometry in Staad Pro, like Staad editor method. One method is Staad editor method. Second method is grid method. Third method is structure wizard method. And fourth method is copy and paste method. So the different methods we can use to create a geometry. The next classes we will see one by one all these methods. How to design structure by following editor method, and how to do grid method, and how to do structure wizard method, and how to do copy and paste method. What is the practical method we have to use to design. So all those topics are discussed in the next classes.